The second subtest of the Ielts is the reading test. The reading subtest takes about 60 minutes. There are 3 reading passages totalling approximately 1,500 to 2,500 words. Texts for this test may have been taken from journals, books or newspapers, and they deal with topics that are of general interest and are appropriate to students at academic institutions. The following types of questions are commonly used in the reading test: multiple choice, short answer questions, sentence completion, diagram or table completion, choosing headings for paragraphs, identification of writer's claim, that is, true or false or not given, classification, and matching lists or phrases. In order to achieve success in the Ielts, it's essential for students to develop the following skills: predicting what the article may be about, skimming for global information, scanning for specific information, guessing the meaning of words from the context, and referencing. If you don't use these skills in the Ielts, it will be highly unlikely that you'll get through the material in the prescribed time. The following are some very important points for you to remember and practice if you want to get a good score for your reading. First, use the titles and any subtitles to try to predict the article's general content. Even if your prediction isn't correct, trying to predict will help you to focus on the exercise. This will calm your nerves and allow you to think clearly. Write down whether you think the tone of the article is positive, negative, or neutral. Also, quickly brainstorm some ideas by writing down 2 or 3 words that come into your head on the topic being considered. In the case of the article in your notes entitled "Talk about the weather, forces that govern climate," you could have written negative, storms, global warming, and melt. This shouldn't take you more than a minute, so please do it. It's a very important step. Second, another reading skill which you need to develop is skimming. This is done to get a general idea about the contents of an article. We skim for global information. The quickest, easiest, and most beneficial way to do this is to go straight to the questions. The questions really consist of a summary of the text. Next, look carefully at any graphs, tables, or diagrams which may accompany the article, since they contain large amounts of condensed information. Third, scanning is the next step. You'll now be looking for specific information. There are clue words in each question. For example, question 3 in the sample test in your notes asks the question, "Where was the first outbreak of Asian hemorrhagic fever recognised?" So the clue words are where, a place, hemorrhagic fever, and outbreak. The clue words can be found around line 65. The answer is Manila. Fourth, guessing the meaning of words is another skill you'll have to develop. Remember, it's possible to get a high score for the reading subtest without understanding all the words in the text. You'll often be able to give the right answer even though you don't know the meaning of a word by merely understanding its function in the sentence. Is it a noun, a verb, an adverb, or an adjective? For example, in the article "A Global Village but Still Divided," line 8, there's the word chartered. Although most students wouldn't know the meaning of this word, it can be guessed. In the context of the sentence, charted must be a verb, something explorers did. They did it around the planet. They found out something by doing it. Now, if you had to answer the question, what did explorers not find when they charted the planet? You'd be able to give the answer: mouthless apple eaters, dog-headed people. This brings us to point number 5, referencing. Often words refer to a word from a previous phrase. For example, the article about the weather states, "This process is often compared to a greenhouse." The sentence before tells us what this process is. There's the statement, "This is just the right amount to produce a climate in which life can flourish." This refers to 1/1000th of the sun's outgoing energy. Finally, it's very important that you transfer all your answers to the answer sheet. If your answers aren't on the answer sheet, they won't be marked and you may lose valuable